I thought it was time I showed my recent charity shop CDs because I've built up a lot since the last video. So I've actually got a couple of boxes worth to show you now. Starting off with the Garfunkel Album, a compilation from 1984, originally $8.99. Bat for Lashes, Two Sons from 2009. Belle and Sebastian, The Life Pursuit from 2006, comes with a really nice kind of little booklet built into the digipack packaging. Quite a nice edition in reasonable quality. This is Billy Cobham and an album called Spectrum from 1973. Then we have Billy Joel, 52nd Street. Haven't played this one yet. There are a few Billy Joels. Also picked up An Innocent Man, his very successful album from 1983, featuring all the big radio hits. Bruce Springsteen and Lucky Town, not one of his best, has to be said. Something Else by Cannonball Adderley, shrink wrapped, as quite a few of these turned out to be, is on the Blue Note label, originally I think from 1958. The Carpenters, Now and Then from 73, with a sticker calling it new, even though it was not new. New once, I suppose. Cat Stevens, Tea for the Tillerman, 1970. I've never properly heard a Cat Stevens album. I'm not sure it's my thing, but I'll give it a go. Chris Rea, New Light Through Old Windows from 1988. I think this is a sort of best of in which he re-records his most famous songs. CSN, this is Crosby, Stills and Nash, and a 2-disc anthology from 1991. With a tiny bit of Neil Young on there, I think. Danielle Dax, Blast the Human Flower from 1990. Curious to hear that. David Sylvian, Secrets of the Beehive from 1987. Always enjoy his stuff. Elvis Costello and North. Comes with a bonus DVD and a bonus track as well. Then more Elvis Costello. This is his classical, semi-classical album with the Brodsky Quartet, originally 1249. Turns out I have this already, so that's my second copy of that. Then I found a batch of ELO albums, amazingly shrink wrapped. There's an FBI anti-piracy warning, just in case you attempted to pirate it. The FBI will be on to you. So, yeah, this is ELO 2, the album that would define the ELO sound. Another FBI warning. This one's On the Third Day, 1973. New sleeve notes and a promotional use only, not for sale sticker on the back. This is called Balance of Power from 1986. Quite a lot of bonus tracks on that as well. And this is called Face the Music from 1975, another promotional sticker. So a whole collection of ELO, mostly unopened and unplayed. Amazing, really. Elvis Presley GI Blues soundtrack. Tons of bonus tracks. Running out of space already. Then Embrace, Out of Nothing from 2004. Enya, A Day Without Rain, decided to give Enya a chance and ended up getting, I think, 3 of hers. This is Shepherd's Moon. I know she's a bit of, can be put down a bit by people, but this is the classic Watermark. But actually, if you like folk and new agey sounds, it's all quite nice. The full Shrink Wrapped, the collection featuring their cover of A Day in the Life by the Beatles. And this is France Gall, or Gal, French singer, from 1990. Franz Ferdinand, first album, won the Mercury Music Prize. Gene Autry, Melody Ranch, A Radio Western Adventure. This is a radio show from 1953. Not entirely sure what that's about. I think first released in 1975. It's also shrink wrapped. And the Go Team, Thunder, Lightning, Strike. Previously £7 at FOP. Never heard anything by them before. And an ex-library copy of The Good, the Bad and the Queen, which is a sort of Damon Albarn side project. It's quite good. Hole, lived through this classic album. I'm told, never heard it. Once, cost $14.49. Moving on to the second batch. Joe Stafford, Autumn in New York, and starring Joe Stafford. So this is a 2-on-1 CD. Once cost $10.99 and cost me 50p. Johnny Cash, American 5, in a bit of a battered state, but I can replace the case. This is one of his Rick Rubin produced albums, 100 Highways. And then more Johnny Cash, 2 of the classic Prison albums in a slipcase, so you get Folsom Prison and San Quentin, but it's the expanded full San Quentin, not the sort of cut down version that I had previously. Joni Mitchell, Blue, absolute classic, of course. I already had it, but this is remastered, so for 50p, worth it. Again, The Killers, Sam's Town, and The Killers, Hot Fuss. They're kind of a patchy group, but the good bits are very good. Kristen Hirsch, formerly of Throwing Muses. Sunny Border Blue, and more by her, Strange Angels. Once cost $13.49. And Strings. And then LCD Sound System. This is a 2 CD edition, including the classic Losing My Edge, one of their most amazing songs. Mae West, On the Air, rare radio recordings from the 30s to the 60s, again unopened. Magma, French prog, it's called Attack, from 78. Marvin Gaye, What's Going On, another sort of classic album. Max Roach and Clifford Brown in concert from 1970, nice cover on that one. Tubular Bells, Mike Oldfield, 73 on Virgin. Muse, The Resistance, that comes with a DVD showing them making the album. Maybe not everyone's thing, but I quite like Muse. Nas and Illmatic. This is a sort of hip hop album. It turns out to be fantastic. Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, No More Shall We Part. Sorry. Portishead and Dummy, the debut from 94. Pretenders and the Singles, 1987. Really good anthology, even though it does include the UB40 track. You can't argue with anything else on that. It's an interesting one. The Pretty Things, the Sweet Pretty Things, are in bed now. Of course, it's a 2015 album by a sort of 60s band, with the title coming from Bob Dylan. Radiohead and the Bends, the classic second album. The Ramones, Rocket to Russia, in a slipcase, which I'm never sure about these slipcases, quite what the point of them is. That's from 77. Squiddy Plitty, Cupid and Psyche 85, once cost $7.99. I got it as part of a 3 CDs for 50p offer at a boot sale. The Strokes and Angles, really like the cover of that one. And Suede, debut album from 93, highly enjoyable. Another Suede, a later one called Night Thoughts. That's from, I can't remember when, from the reunion days. Tom Waits and Crystal Gale, One from the Heart soundtrack. Tori Amos, Little Earthquakes, that's her debut from 92. Rick Wakeman, Aspirant Sunrise from 1990, one of his probably less celebrated periods. Roxy Music, Avalon, the last studio album, Security Protected. Sophie B. Hawkins, Wailer, featuring Right Beside You, which was a big hit at the time. That was about 1994. Steve Hillage and Green, once cost $8.99. Includes The Glorious Om riff. Stevie Wonder, Inner Visions, 1973. Arranged, produced, performed by Stevie Wonder. Swing Out Sister, It's Better to Travel from 1987, features the classic Breakout. Terence Trent D'Arby, Neither Fish Nor Flesh. It was a kind of divisive album at the time, which was 1989. Throwing Muses, University from 95, that was with the Kristen Hirsch discs, same previous owner. Tom Waits again, Blood Money. Music from film Quadrophenia, so it's mostly The Who, but because it's a soundtrack you get some other stuff as well, so James Brown's on there, The Kingsmen with Louis Louis, Booker T and the MGs, the Ronettes, Crystals. The X-Files, Songs in the Key of X. So this is music from and inspired by the popular TV show featuring Nick Cave, Elvis Costello, Brian Eno. Very unusual, interesting compilation. Sea of Love soundtrack. This was an Al Pacino, Ellen Barkin film, which is very enjoyable. Studio One, Scar Fever, one of those soul jazz records, compilations, you can never go wrong with them. Grease soundtrack. John Travolta, Olivia Newton-John, of course. Comes in a quite nice gatefold, fold out, with the two discs and that kind of scrapbook effect. There's Olivia. And staying with John Travolta, finally, Saturday Night Fever. Once $15.99. I got it for 50 pence mainly the Bee Gees, but also Kool and the Gang, Tavares, Casey and the Sunshine Band, and of course the Tramps. So that's it. My charity shop roundup.